Dedham, Massachusetts, the Honorable Beverly Cannone is questioning each of the 18 jurors individually. We don't know why. All Her Honor said was that an issue has come up and that the jurors are not to speculate why she needs to question them individually. But we've got our cameras shut down while this is taking place. It could take some time because we know with the amount of jurors there and alternate jurors, it could take a while. And I'm being told as I'm speaking to you that we have our Matt Johnson on the phone. I just saw him in our video in the courtroom a couple minutes ago, and he stepped outside in the hallway, presumably to call us. Matt, good morning. Tell us what you can, if you would, please.
Yes, Julie, good morning. So I'm standing on the ramp at the courthouse, and it's freezing cold outside. We're expecting a nor'easter. Everyone was rushed out of the courtroom. I forgot to grab my jacket. That's how quickly things were moving. So as I'm talking to you, people are making their way down the courthouse steps. They're grabbing coffee. I see the Reed family out here. The O'Keefes are with the DA's office where they tend to lunch. Usually they don't come out of the courthouse during proceedings too much. What I can tell you is, by all accounts, we thought that day 20 was going to start like any other. We were expecting to start on time at about 9 o'clock in the morning, and then there was a delay, and everyone was assembled in the courtroom, even the families and this defendant and her attorneys, the prosecutors. Hank Brennan took a moment and he walked over to Peggy O'Keefe and he exchanged pleasantries. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but they were smiling. And he actually tends to do that each and every day, which is quite nice for the victim's family. But and then a few moments later, there was a loud announcement, court coming through. We got on our feet. The judge asked to see the attorneys at sidebar. This was after already a 30-minute delay. And then after that, we had heard that the jurors were coming in, and there was the announcement that each one was going to be questioned individually, not to jump to any conclusions, not to speculate, and not to talk amongst themselves. But she did indicate, Judge Beverly Cannone, that this was going to take some time. And this is something that we actually saw last year a couple times. And after each moment that this happened last year, we did end up losing a juror. Again, you know, taking the judge's orders, not to speculate, but I can tell you that's what we saw last year, Julie.
Matt, appreciate that. This is really helpful. So a couple follow-up questions for you, please. Did the court direct everyone to exit so this could be done completely privately, or is everybody just kind of using the opportunity to take a break and get some air?
Yeah, that's a great point of clarification, because we thought that we were going to be allowed to stay in the courtroom, but then the judge ordered all electronics to be turned off, and then she made the decision to have everyone exit the room. And once again, you know, like as soon as I got word of that, I wanted to check in with you, and they won't even let us go back in to pick up our belongings if we left them behind, such as my jacket. You know, I mean, we were rushed out pretty quickly. No, I'm just saying it because, you know, just how quickly things were moving.
Right. No, I appreciate that, Matt. I appreciate you hopping on the phone with me now. Tell me, you know how in the morning we can't show what's going on in the courtroom until Her Honor takes the bench. You know how that's the directive, and we abide by it. You're in there early every day, and so you're looking around. Was there anything that jumped out to you? Did either team, either the prosecutors or the defense team, did anybody seem more overtly concerned to you this morning before whatever this issue was cropped up?
No, everyone was acting and appearing as if we were just ready to start the day and call the first witness, who we believe is going to be a doctor. I'm thinking it could be the neurologist. When they said doctor yesterday, my ears perked up, and we haven't heard from the neurosurgeon just yet that we know that the Commonwealth is going to call for this case. And then we're going to hear from that other lab tech that was on the stand yesterday for a few minutes. They're going to finish their testimony. But yeah, we didn't... there was no indication that anything was wrong with either of the parties, or there was any concern. And then the judge came in, there was the sidebar, and, you know, we had learned that there may be a jury issue.
Right, Matt. And it seemed to me after the sidebar, because we did have our cameras then at that point directed at the whole courtroom, and we noted that Karen Reed was whispering, she was covering her mouth, and she was leaning into her attorney, Elizabeth Little, primarily leaning into her, as I recall it, and pointing toward the jury box. And she looked concerned or animated at that point, I would say, kind of covering her mouth and pointing as if she was trying to tell her lawyer something about it. So that makes me think, Matt, that perhaps it was after that morning sidebar that everybody was alerted to whatever it was that the court was alerted to. Did it seem like that from your vantage point as you were watching them come back from sidebar?
I think you're exactly right. I think that all parties didn't know what was happening, and I think that that's the reason for the delay. Her Honor was in her chambers all morning long until they came out to that sidebar, and then immediately after that, we had learned that there's a jury issue and that each jury member was going to be voir-dired independently with no one in the courtroom.
Appreciate that, Matt. And so we've got 12 deliberating jurors when it's time, and we've got 6 alternates currently. And nobody knows who's going to be doing what, right? Is that correct in Massachusetts? Correct. At the time of deliberations, that's when the judge will alert them to who's IC. So there would be plenty of alternates there. Let's just say Her Honor would have to remove someone today.
Yeah, I mean, and this is not unusual for court proceedings. This is something that we saw last year. We saw, I think, a number of 4 jurors, perhaps, were lost during the duration of the cases. And then at the end, 2 were excused. And then Her Honor chose the 4-person, which happens to be in seat number 1. I think that that's how her court operates. But there would be plenty of alternates at this point in time. And the case is rapidly coming to a close by all accounts. I mean, Karen Reed was saying, because everyone else is under gag order, right? So yesterday she was saying that she believes that the state has about a week left on their case. She indicated that her defense case was going to be short, just a couple days. And then we know that depending on their case, the Commonwealth is planning on a rebuttal case, which could include the dog evidence and those experts. But,
right.
you know, we could be looking at deliberations before July.